What's up guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I want to talk about my 3 biggest insecurities. Now it probably is not gonna come as any surprise to most of you guys that all 3 of my insecurities are directly linked to my reconstructed jaw. Growing up as a kid, as a teen, I didn't really used to have that many physical insecurities. Like obviously I did feel like I was too skinny, so I started working out and that's how I fixed that issue. But in general, like I was always very happy with my general physical features. Like, you know, I'm tall, I'm pretty athletically built, so all that type of stuff, like that was great. It wasn't really until after my first cancer and my jaw amputation that I experienced severe physical insecurities. Number 1 would definitely be eating in the presence of others that I don't really know. Now, most of you guys probably don't notice, but I'm actually missing most of my lower teeth. I only have about 2 or 3 teeth left right here. So all this space right here, there's no teeth there. So basically this means if I'm in a rush or I'm like really hungry and trying to get the food in as quickly as possible, it can sometimes end up getting very messy. So food will fall back out, food will stick on the outside, you know. It kind of looks like a little baby trying to eat. So generally when I'm around people that I don't know, I always kind of dread that first meal together, because there's 2 scenarios. You know, scenario A is I'm just myself, I eat fast and I spill food all over myself, I have to use napkins all the time and I basically look like a big clumsy baby. Or scenario 2 would be, you know, me being super self-conscious, trying to eat super slow so I don't mess anything up, and in the process obviously I always end up eating like taking 4 times longer than all the other people at the table. So many times I'll be the last one left still eating because I'm trying to do it slow and properly, not trying to, you know, make myself look ridiculous. And this is also, you know, this also creates for awkward situations when everyone's already done for like 20 minutes and I'm still eating. So basically what I tend to do is I just tell people in advance, especially if I'm on a date or if I'm getting to know someone. I just tell them like, look, I get super self-conscious about eating with people I haven't, you know, shared a meal with yet, and 9 times out of 10 people are always very understanding towards this. Number 2, pronouncing words incorrectly. For me, I actually studied communication management. Like I have a bachelor's in communication management and public relations. So to me, communicating and speaking foreign languages was always one of my strong points. This is where I take a lot of this is where, see what I just did? That's exactly what I mean. When I try to pronounce something and I kind of mess up because my mouth is not flexible enough to fully pronounce the word the way I should, I hate it. It drives me insane. Before all of this happened, I used to have a pretty impeccable speech. Like I would be so good at speaking fluidly, fastly, and I would never mess up a word. Actually, I used to rap when I was young. So when I was like 18, 19, 20 years old, I had my own studio back home, and I used to make full-on rap hip-hop songs. So I mean, you can imagine if you're trying to rap, which is basically spitting words very rapidly and fluently after one another, it's very important for you to correctly pronunciate and clearly pronunciate everything we're trying to say. So that was always like my, you know, one of the things that I prided myself upon. So for me to sometimes fumble words or not pronounce things correctly or have certain vowels or letters get lost, especially when I'm trying to speak a little bit faster, it really frustrates me, and it makes me very self-conscious, because in my mind it draws attention to the fact that sometimes I'm not fully capable of speaking the way I should, you know. So basically it's like a speech impediment, and most of the time other people don't even notice when I mess up a word, but every time I do, in my mind I'm like, man, damn, that really has a big impact on me, and it can sometimes ruin my mood. So I think that's definitely something that most people don't really notice, but for me personally, it's a big deal. Number 3. Now, this is one that only occurs in a more intimate or romantic setting. Whenever it comes to having to kiss a girl, like, I'm not talking about, you know, just a kiss on the cheek, but like an actual kiss on the lips, a French kiss, whatever you want to call it. This is something that I probably have struggled with the most after my amputation and reconstruction. In the beginning, it used to be so bad. Like, I had way less flexibility than I did today. I wasn't even able to fully close my mouth. So you can imagine when I was trying to, you know, when I did finally get to the point where I was in a position to actually kiss a girl, it was hard, man. It was really hard because I was very aware of my technical limitations, and it's impossible, I think, for the other person not to notice the same thing. So basically, to describe it as well as I possibly could, I basically looked like a goldfish trying to, you know, eat something that was too big for its mouth. So like, I was trying to make out and kiss, and I was just like, like, I don't know if that makes sense. Just picture like a goldfish, you know, the way like they when they eat something. That's kind of the way it looked, because I wasn't really able to close my mouth properly, and just, you know, very limited functionality. So yeah, that definitely bothered me a lot. Now, thankfully, due to my recent surgeries, it's gotten a lot better. And what I've also learned is, when it comes to all of these things, communication is key. Whereas before, I would try to play it off and act like the issue wasn't there. Now I've learned, like, to be very upfront and honest about these things, and I tend to, you know, just straight up talk about this with whoever I intend on kissing. Now, obviously, this is not always the case. Not every kiss stems from the situation where you're actually able to have a, you know, full-on personal conversation. Sometimes things happen, you go out, you get drunk, and, you know, you might find yourself being intimate with someone you don't really know like that. So these type of situations are definitely, for me, the most challenging, because there's obviously no context. Most of the time, if you meet someone like that, they don't really know what's going on with you, whatever. And it kind of, I definitely feel like in the past, it has sometimes hindered me to take that plunge, to go in for the kiss, whereas before, when I was just normal, I wouldn't think twice and just go for it. Whereas now I'm kind of thinking like, what is she gonna think? Like, how is she gonna experience it? Maybe I'll mess it up. So I'll you know, I can definitely get in my own head when it comes to these type of situations. But luckily, since I'm almost turning 30, that kind of, you know, those type of crazy situations are kind of happening less and less and less. I do find myself going out a lot less and getting drunk a lot less. So most of the times, if I do find myself in a situation where I want to be intimate in that, you know, in that particular way, it's not just with a stranger, or it's not with someone who's not aware of me and my situation on all these type of things. Alright guys, so that was my top 3 of my biggest insecurities. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment below, let me know what you think. I read all the comments, every single one of them. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I'm super excited with all the new followers we've been getting, and I'm really excited about taking this channel to the next level together with you guys. So let me know what you think. Give me your feedback, all that good stuff. Hit the thumbs up, don't forget, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Big boy Benzo check it out. Now, before I let you guys go and wrap up this video, there's one thing I forgot to mention that I feel is quite relevant to the topic of the video. Somebody wrote in my comments that I have a big forehead. And I'm not gonna lie, like, that kind of hurt. Like, no one ever told me I had a, I was completely unaware that I have a big forehead. So I went to ask my mom, like, Mom, do I have a big forehead? Someone on the internet told me that. And she told me that I have a beautiful forehead. So, whoever wrote that message, screw you, and you shouldn't write nasty things to people on the internet that you don't know in real life. Like, let's all try to be nice and kind to each other, alright? Thank you for watching. I'll be back soon with more videos. As always,